Welcome to Knock Your Socks Off, the podcast that aims to blow the other person's socks off. I'm Ravi.
I'm Hannah.
And Hannah, what are you knocking my socks off with today?
Halloween.
Never
time.
heard of it.
There were so many ways I could have entered that with the Halloween because there's like so many, like I could have done like the Jason, you know, like Halloween, like all kinds of things. But I really went with like Disney Channel Halloween. Did you ever watch those as a kid?
The Disney Channel, like Halloween things?
Like all like the Halloween Town High, the Halloween, like Halloween.
I don't remember, to be honest.
Then you probably didn't.
I mean, the only like Disney Channel thing I remember watching is the Smart Home movie.
Oh.
And I recently rewatched that actually, and the father is a real dick in that show.
Oh, yikes.
He's the worst. Like he is like he's a misogynist. They like asked to his daughter.
Oh,
it's pretty bad actually.
Yeah. Well,
didn't age well.
Anyway, it's Halloween, and so we're talking about fun memories, knocking each other's socks off with I don't know, funny tales, scary tales, all kinds of things. So we're talking about Halloween. What are your like? Do you like Halloween like as an adult, but like in general, like did you have fond memories of Halloween as a kid? That kind of thing.
So I was not of this country. That's a weird way to say I wasn't born here. Why that's important?
Is Halloween not a global
Halloween
holiday?
is not a global event.
No.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Halloween is very specific to America.
Okay.
It is celebrated in other
American?
countries, but the way that us Americans celebrate it very different. So growing up in the United Kingdom, we did not celebrate Halloween. We did have a couple of trick-or-treaters, but my parents did not have us go out trick-or-treating. Why this is important to the story is because when I came to the States when I was 8, 9 years old, we were in Boston, and you know, Boston at that time was not the place you send your kids trick-or-treating in certain parts.
Why?
Certain parts of Boston weren't safe in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Straight up.
Just straight up.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. So we didn't do that. And then by the time we moved to New Hampshire, and I was like 10, 11, I was kind of that age where I was like, I don't really see the point in the whole trick-or-treating thing.
Kind of over it. Too cool.
Yeah. So I never really got the trick-or-treating portion of Halloween.
Okay.
So therefore, like, I'm just kind of whatever with the Halloween thing.
Okay.
And then fast forward to like high school and even college, like I never really went to Halloween parties.
You didn't go get some like cute kisses from sexy nurses and sexy.
No, unfortunately, the Hollywood movie presentation of Halloween for a young male in America did not actually happen to me.
Dang.
So Halloween has never been like one of those holidays where I'm like. It was only the last couple of years before COVID that I realized, because I got into cosplay with Star Wars, that I could pull. And and then
you cashed that card.
I cashed
you
that
cashed
card.
that pull.
and then Halloween after COVID, I become more of an adult and I don't do anything with it. So I had maybe a couple years good in there, and then that was about it. So
in your adult life,
in my adult life, yeah.
I grew up trick or treating for sure. Like I was the oldest kid and oldest kid in my family, and I was the first child. Everybody, the first.
I think that it's other things. Jesus. Oh boy.
Anyway, okay, so I was the oldest cousin as well. So I was like, I remember not only like for myself, like in a sense being introduced to trick-or-treating or like, but I also got to like, it was like always like it was for sure a thing in my family. Like my whole family on like one side, on my mom's side of the family, we would like all gather at my house, my parents' house, whatever. And
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure it was your parents' house.
You know what? I was the first. Okay.
You were the first child on Earth.
And so, so each year it'd be like when a new cousin could like go with me or whatever. And it was so cool. And then I like always like felt like this like protector, but then also this like welcome to my kingdom, you know, like purveyor of land. Cause I was like, this is the good house. Like I had all the tea and all the things or whatever. So like, wait, I'm like really just, it's dawning on me. You didn't like know where to go to get like king size candy bars and stuff. You don't have any association with that.
It's called Super Walmart.
You could go get it.
You could just go to the Super Walmart and you could cry to your parents and they bought it for you. Who's really the genius here?
Who really played that card? And no one else had touched that candy.
Exactly.
It was just you
it was my
and the Walmart
candy.
workers.
But here's the question. So obviously started out your house, all the cousins. So what age were you when you like, what's your first memory of trick-or-treating? Like, how old were you?
Oh, like my first, well, it's because I was so little. It's like not in a sense my own memory, but for the sake of like, it's just a story that's like retold to me of like, do you remember when I was like, maybe 3 years old. And
okay. Do you remember, like, I'm sure there were photographic evidence because they had cameras back then.
They did.
The early film. In the first period of man, because you're the first child.
That bit's going to go this whole episode.
Yeah, those are cave paintings, I'm assuming, right?
Little blonde Hannah, yeah.
Yeah, little blonde Hannah.
Yeah.
But what was your, like, costume? It's like, what do you dress a 3-year-old as? A squid? A jellyfish? A whale?
Well, I'm so glad you asked because this is a great segue into the question because I guess you're not going to have your favorite costume ever, correct?
I have a couple ideas.
Okay, well then that'll be my next question to you. But my favorite costume on me of all time was probably one of my first trick-or-treatings. And I was, like 3 or 4. And they dressed me up as a cow. I have no shame in it, so I will put it on the internet.
Sure.
And like we'll add it in post or somewhere for you to find Hannah as a cow.
We should do like
I was so quest. Cute. A what?
We should do like a quest. Like,
yeah,
we should just give it to them. Let's fuck that. Make them work for it.
Put it on somewhere that's a paid block.
Is that geolocator? Is that still a thing where you have to like go to coordinates?
Geocaching?
Yeah. Is that still?
Did you ever go geocaching?
I tried it once, and I didn't like it.
Geocaching was fun. Okay, no. So I was the cutest cow.
It's just like, okay, sorry. It's just one of those things like, it's just one of those things like, like you don't tell like a person you're a fucking cow. Like,
yeah.
And you're just like, I'm the cutest cow.
I was the cutest cow. So my aunt made my aunt made like all of my family, not my fault, but like all the kids. Cause like we were not a dressing up family. Like, my parents never dressed up or anything. Like I know some families where like the parents do it's the whole shebang.
Yeah,
right?
It's a whole.
Right. It was just the kids for us. And so, and the parents would like, my dad would usually stay home and do the pass out candy. And watch baseball. And then my mom would be like out walking with us when we were like really young until we could go on around. Anyway, though, but my aunt made all of our costumes. So she made me this cow one. And it's like, it's got like I have a little hoodie with like my whole thing. But then I think the best part is that my trick or treat bag was an udder.
Fuck. Like attached to, or just like a separate bag? That's funny. And also
just holding it.
Inhumane. Because that poor cow.
How dare you? Like, anatomically, it's wrong. But it was my favorite costume, and that is what honestly, little kids are like adorable in costumes because you can dress them up as anything and they look cute, basically. I bet there's gonna be so many moodangs this year. So many baby hippos.
Oh.
You do know what it is.
Yes, moodang. Baby hippos.
That was the eyes. You do know what it is.
Motherfucker, you know what it is. The damn hippos on the internet.
The pygmy hippo.
I wanted to be a bunch of that penguin, that fat ass penguin.
Pesto.
Is it pesto?
Yes, he's so
Wait,
cute.
Pesto? Like pesto sauce? I did not realize that.
The real reason was pesto.
I guess not.
Oh, yeah. Anyway. All right, so that was my favorite costume as well as like, what you dress a child up in.
Sure.
What's your favorite costume?
Well, no. I'm not dancing the question. Okay, like the favorite costume that your parents put you in. What's like your favorite costume that like you put yourself in?
Well, then you're just going into like, now you're going into the tail of it all for the sake of like, by the time, I was
tail themed costumes? Is it like
the tail, TALE?
You did a pig
the
next
story
year,
of it all.
What?
So since I was like the oldest, I also like, I don't know, I just also kind of got over trick-or-treating the
quickest?
Pretty quick. Yeah.
So it was like the last time you trick-or-treated?
Yeah, I think it was when I was in like 5th grade maybe.
Oh, so you were like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
So like when I was like,
Yeah. But like I literally I think all my cousins went until they were like 13, 14 or something.
Losers.
But they got candy. My brother went one time, literally just put like a white t-shirt on with like some sort of like emblem or whatever, and then walked around like at the end of the night to get like everyone's like leftover candy, and he was successful. But
that's how you
anyway, it is how you do it. But so the last costume I did, and I think I would say maybe this is like one of my favorite like costumes in a sense. Like, because we're going to talk more about in general, just like costumes later too. But like as like in the Halloween spirit of it all was I think my last costume, my friends and I like went as a little group and we were like different Barbies. and I was like Olympic Barbie.
So is this during the Oppenheimer Barbie phenomenon or
Barbenheimer 2 years ago was me dressing up with my Barbie girls?
Yeah.
No, it was not. Oh. No, it was when I was 9 years old.
Oh, wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like the last time I've dressed up for Halloween.
You've never in whatever time since then to now, you've not dressed up in a Halloween costume?
Not really.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm kind of Ron Swanson where I like just have like, I do have a look that I do. If I want to be like Rosie the Riveter is like my classic.
Like you didn't dress up in college?
No, I unfortunately was not the sexy nurse.
You didn't get like
I didn't get kisses from sexy nurses, and I wasn't a sexy nurse either.
Oh, I was gonna say like sexy lumberjack men or sexy cat men or
truly
so many things. Or superheroes were big. Physicists, yeah, because those are
walk around with beakers.
Yeah, people dressed as dinosaurs, perhaps.
People don't dress up as nurses. I mean,
yeah, I'm talking about things that actually happened.
Oh, physicists don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Made up profession, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, like I have dressed up. Like like I also like in like living in New Orleans. Like you dress up for Mardi Gras. Like I'm not against dressing up. I just like wasn't the biggest like
dresser upper.
Like and like Halloween's coming. Like I need to dress up today.
Yeah.
And like have the whole shebang.
Cool.
There you go. All right, tell me your favorite.
My favorite as a kid. So I didn't go trick or treating as a kid.
Right.
But there was one Halloween that my mom wanted us to dress up and hand out candy. So my mom got us, I think it was from like Walmart. They had Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn like costumes for me and my older brother.
Sure.
So I was Obi-Wan with like a white mask. So I was pulling a white face, and my
what do you mean white mask?
Like because Obi-Wan's face is white.
Yeah, I know, but what do you mean? What did you do?
Like I had his mask on my face.
Oh, just his like a mask.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Okay, got it.
White face.
Yeah, I get it now. It's all coming together.
So I was Obi-Wan and he was Qui-Gon, and we had our little lightsabers and they glowed, and that was that was pretty cool. It was a super simple costume. It was that
the youngest brother was an Anakin?
I forget. I don't know what he was doing. He was just crying or some shit. I don't know. So that was that one, and then I think my favorite original one that I did. Because I've been in LA for over a decade. So in my early 20s, I went to the West Hollywood Parade, which is a pretty big thing that they do out here in LA.
Yeah.
And basically everyone dresses up. They block off tons of roads. Traffic is a nightmare. And you just basically walk this parade. There's a bunch of vendors and drinking and fun times.
People watching.
Great. And I went as a zombie employee of a massive corporation that I am not going to mention on this pod. And my friend did the zombie makeup. We took a shirt of said company and tore it up and bloodied it up so I was a zombie and walked the thing. And then that was the year that the parade ended early because of insane downpour and rain. So we had to walk back and I was completely soaked.
Makeup just running
Everything
everywhere.
was just a
You
mess.
just had that mascara girl just all over your face.
Yeah. The streets flooded. It was so bad that I think this is 2000
when we actually had rain in
12
California.
or 13. I think this is that year.
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah, one of the last years we had those crazy things.
Ridiculously bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my favorite original
I like it.
that I've ever come up with.
And just had fun with it.
Just had fun with it.
Because I will say, to me, the comfort of a costume, it's like goes way beyond the like whole like aesthetic of it.
Yeah.
People go all out, which I like appreciate and I'm like supportive of people doing what they want to do. But yeah, it is really intense.
That's the year I also saw the first. They've become more popular at like conventions now. It was the first like someone dressed up as a digital camera, and they were like an actual working digital camera where it's a camera body and they could take a photo and then they print. It would not print. It would just be like on the back of their screen.
Dang,
which was super cool and probably
That's
heavy
amazing.
and a pain in the butt, but like pretty cool costume.
I like that. I like it. Okay, so while maybe you didn't do a lot of trick or treating, like what's your preferred candy?
Reese's.
Nice.
Or Crunch.
Oh yeah.
Any chocolate base. I hate the fucking hard candy shit.
Yeah.
That's just you're being a cheap ass.
Cheap.
Yeah.
Sure. Do you like candy corn?
I hate candy corn.
I hate candy corn.
It's just sugar.
I hate it.
It's just sugar.
Well, yeah, and tastes weird and tastes bad,
and it's stupid.
and it's chalk. Like it's just weird.
It's chalky. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My brother loves candy corn so much.
Does he still love it?
No, and here's why.
Oh no, did he get sick?
Because he loved it. And you know when you're an older sibling and somebody says that they love something and you just want to push their buttons and be like, would you like it this much or whatever? So sure enough, I was like, would you like it this much or whatever? Like, what if I gave you 10 pounds
You bought him 10 pounds?
I went to the bulk grocery store one year and bought him 10 pounds of candy corn. And there was like 2 5-pound bags of it. I gave it to him. I think he made it through a half or a third or a half of the first bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fully just
vomited.
Fully sick. And then I don't know if he's eaten candy corn ever since.
How old were you and how old was he?
Oh, I'm pretty sure I was like 16 and he was like 14.
Wow. So you're an ass.
Totally.
That is such a dickhead move.
Couldn't enjoy something, you know?
Wow. You just ruined that from that poor kid's life. Like,
it's not the takeaway, but I thought you were against candy corn.
I mean, I am against it, but like to take his love, like I feel so bad for your brother. But like in a really fucked up way, like I kind of feel like I don't know if you guys have talked about it recently, but like maybe for like a birthday or Christmas, you should send him a bag of candy corn.
Just a bag, be like, "How you doing? What you think?"
Or just like this Halloween, just fucking send it to his house
anonymously.
Just see what happens.
Yeah, we just like he won't watch this, and it'll just be like, yeah, we'll just.
That'd be funny.
It'll be like, did you ever do? Well, this is a rural suburb thing, but it's like, did you ever get booed?
Booed?
Yes. So boo like, boo somebody. Did you ever like boo somebody?
Like scare them? Like ha?
No.
Or like boo them? Like boo, you suck.
No, but that would be funny too. No, to boo somebody is to like pick a house or pick a neighbor, and then you like go and like essentially doorbell ditch them. But you usually leave them like nice things. Like you're not leaving like bad or scary things. But then you leave a note that says like in order. You have to like, pay it forward. You have to go doorbell ditch and like drop things off at somebody else's house. And then it should like, in a sense, sweep over the neighborhood. And then like everyone's being booed. You never did that?
That doesn't sound like a suburban thing. That sounds like a white people thing.
It for sure is.
Oh, okay. And I grew up in a white suburban area, so.
Damn, you missed out.
Maybe it's because we were brown and people were just like, nah, leave them.
You would have heard of it though. If you, the fact that you didn't hear
I've
about
never
it.
heard of it, yeah.
So anyway, it was also a thing.
Maybe it's a West Coast thing.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. It might have been attributed to our Christianity too. It could be a Christian thing.
Was more like, who's got the meth?
Sure. And you drop that off at people's houses?
New Hampshire had a real meth problem. I think they still have a fucking meth problem, actually. So
it's still a drug thing there.
Don't do drugs.
Anyway, this really got on a crazy tangent, but we support it. We support. So I'm going to transition us from, in general, talking about like Halloween, into like talking about like dressing up and costuming culture. You like to cosplay. Mm-hmm. And it takes a lot of effort.
Yes.
And so like usually people who do cosplay are really about it.
Yes.
How did you get into it?
Cosplaying?
Yeah.
How did I get into? Oh yeah, no. I got into it because I was at a point in my life where I was like, I felt that I had a good job, good relationships.
Yep.
Felt that like I wanted to give back to community. And because I wanted to give back to the community, I was like, well, what can I be doing? And they're like, you can go to a soup kitchen, you could donate food or, you know, tutor kids or whatever. And I was like, none of that sounds interesting to me. And then I stumbled upon through, I forget who, I think it was like a friend of a friend, about the 501st Star Wars costuming group.
Sure.
Where you dress up. It's basically their tagline is bad guys doing good.
Yeah.
And basically you donate your time to go and do various charitable things by dressing up as a Star Wars character and like showing up for events and things. The charity thing, you know, a lot of people probably have heard of like baseball games and like having Star Wars nights, like the Dodgers do a big thing.
Yeah.
And what they do, the charitable piece is like the characters will show up for Star Wars night, but then the Dodgers are cutting a check to a charity of whatever charity, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a nice like payoff thing there. So in order to join that, you have to get a costume that needs to be screen accurate and go through all this blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then that's how I kind of got into it. Yeah.
That's amazing. Is it stressful?
It's stressful because you, the individual, make it stressful. And other individuals around you will make it stressful, but it doesn't have to be. It can be, I know in like the bigger cities like Los Angeles, the OC, New York, Boston, it is more stressful because I think the culture around costuming and cosplay is different in cities compared to like smaller towns where it is just genuine fans wanting to do good. And it is treated there like more as a hobby. While in some spaces, like I think definitely in LA, it's becoming more of like a profession or as a way to like add to your
to like be an influencer,
add
to
to
like
your influencer repertoire, if you will.
Yeah. Fascinating. So, what is your take on like Disney bound?
So individuals that dress as Disney characters but aren't
not screen accurate.
But not screen accurate. I think that's a fun take. I think that's a fun thing to do. I think it is like a lot of that stuff is. I think it used to be more original, and now I think like certain brands have like realized how they can like help with the Disney bound stuff and then sell to that audience.
Totally.
Which, again, that's fine. It's business. It's how that shit works.
Totally. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a creative way to like go about having fun and showing what you love.
Yeah. How long do you think you could last, not in Disney bound, but like literally in cosplay at Disneyland?
I mean, the cosplays that I do
could you make it down Main Street?
Armor.
I know. Could you make it down Main Street?
No. And I mean, and I'll be flat out like
no.
I don't really cosplay much anymore.
Sure.
I think the last time I put on a costume was 2+ years ago at this point. So it's not something I do on the regular anymore.
Yeah, but it's like intense.
Super intense.
Because like, could you go to like the West Hollywood
parade
Halloween?
In that?
Yeah.
No, I mean, and I've always wanted to, but my brain doesn't go because of like, oh, how difficult it would be to walk in it.
Sure.
My brain always goes to like the logistics of it.
Tell me more.
Transporting like full armor, like a stormtrooper armor set down there.
Yeah.
Finding a place close enough to change.
Because you ain't sitting in the car.
You can't sit in the car like that. And even if you sit in a car like for that parade, unless you show up 2-3 hours before it starts, you're not getting anywhere near it. So you're walking to the parade and walking further.
True.
And then when you're done, if you want to get out of the area and go back to your vehicle or location to change, you're walking there. So it's a lot of like walking. And like there are people that do it. Like I've seen a lot of like stormtroopers and things. But like again, like I hope they've planned it where it's like this is the location that we're going to get change, or we have a van or something. Like for me it's always a logistics problem.
Totally. That's fair. What would you, if someone wanted to get into doing cosplay with armor, like how would you like recommend what piece do you like start with, you know?
I think the big one is time is what you need to start with.
Oh, that was deep.
Yeah, because it's not, I mean, there are definitely people on the internet that you can just buy it kind of already done.
Oh, sure.
But
more expensive,
More expensive for sure. But like it is very time consuming. And if you don't pay attention to it, it can get very costly very quickly.
Sure.
Because suddenly you're like, this piece isn't good enough and this piece isn't accurate enough or whatever. And then again, like any hobby can get out of hand.
100%.
But if you're like getting into it for the sake of like charity, I would say just weigh up how much time and money you're putting into it. And then like, do you feel like are you hitting that charity? Because like after a year or two of doing it, I realized I wasn't hitting the charity thing like at all. And I was just doing the cosplaying thing for the vanity sake. And then it just became more of an obsession of like collecting like life-size collectibles.
Basically. That you could
wear. But then like now like
you have them.
I have them. They just sit there and they don't do anything. So it's like,
yeah. I mean, everyone has a season.
Everyone does have a season.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun to do. How long do you think you could last in cosplay at Halloween Horror Nights? Like, could you ever run in that thing?
I mean, some of them you can definitely run in.
You can run it?
Yeah. But I wouldn't want to.
Okay.
I also don't like the idea of Halloween Horror Nights.
Tell me more.
I mean, have you ever done Halloween Horror Nights?
Sure haven't and won't do it, but I mean, Halloween Horror Nights, but that's from lack of knowledge, not lack of and trying. Lack of knowledge and lack of trying.
No, Halloween Horror Nights is primarily you going through various mazes.
Okay.
And then you have creatures and things running out at you and chasing you.
Oh, sure. Well, that's what I've
they're not chasing you like full on, but like they just jump at you.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of like, ha, ha, ha.
Jump scares.
Yeah. And at a certain point, you're just like, okay, I'm tired of like a fucking weird creature yelling and screaming at me. And then also like the lines. Fair. The lines are insane.
Okay, so someone told me about that recently, about like how long you have to wait in a line and that there's like the fast passes or whatever. Wild to me. I really thought it was just like a perusing and you're like being scared at all times. But like no, you have to like you're
line
standing
up
there
and you're waiting and then you're walking through something and then you're going to the next thing and it's nuts.
Like,
it's
no.
nuts. Yeah. I don't understand these special events.
Are they scaring you in the line too?
Sometimes.
Oh,
they'll have like characters that will walk by and interact and
Sure.
Like friend of the pod, Lo, she was on one of our previous episodes. Definitely check it out where she educates us on FX in the industry. But she plays a character at Universal Studios, Hollywood, where she's a character, and she's not one of those characters that jumps out, but she is one of those characters that you can go and she's in character and that you can engage with.
Yeah.
But again, it's like, I personally am not a big fan of those pop-up event things.
Sure.
You know, Universal's always been like, that's like the big thing in LA that you do is like one of the days you go.
Sure is.
But again, like it's so much time.
And it's so expensive too. Not that we got to get into all that tea, but it's also expensive.
$250 to do the fast pass lane thing.
Insane.
But then after the third or fourth maze, you're like, please stop screaming at me.
Truly.
Yeah.
And I would imagine your fellow party goers, not the people in your own group, but like at large, I'm sure it would be kind of just a chaos mesh of whatever, which is sometimes fun, but also sometimes exhausting.
Yeah.
But okay, so I'm going to finish us out with, I saw a great pitch of an idea on TikTok, so I'm running with it here.
Okay.
Yes, in the essence of it's all different mazes at Halloween Horror Nights, and kind of like not that it's each room is different, but like you're walking through a thing or whatever of like things that scare you, right?
Right.
They called it what would be included in your Halloween Horror Night of adulting.
Adulting?
Like of adulting things you have to do. What would be included? One of mine would be, I wrote this on my mind. I despise yard work.
Sure.
And like if I walked into a thing that was just like all of the yard work stuff to do.
That would be yours?
It'd be one of them.
One of them?
What's like adulting things that like frustrate and like horrify you?
Ooh, because this is personal and recent to me.
Okay, tell me.
Working with medical insurance companies.
Totally.
Yeah.
100%.
But I would want it to turn to a rage room where I could take my vengeance out.
Ooh, with needles and knives and scalpels and
axes.
Well,
American Psycho, Christian Bale. Have you ever seen that?
Have you ever done one of those rec room things?
Rage rooms?
It's called the rage room.
I have never done one personally. In my previous role somewhere else, we shot content at one where we had our talent get destroyed, and it looked like so much fun. But I've never personally done it.
I want to do it.
Yeah,
it looks fun. But that would be very satisfying to then like flip the script on them and just be like,
cut their heads off.
I'm gonna saw you in half.
Fuck insurance companies.
Truly. One of mine also kind of in that kind of vein or whatever is like I really hate budgeting. Like I hate doing like the books and stuff. So if I was in like a room of like numbers and it was like these are all the things you have to balance and these are all the
what if it was like
you're like 2 pennies off of something, I hated it.
Do you remember Clippy?
Yeah.
What if it was like a monster version of Clippy coming at you?
Just like trying to organize all my stuff.
Do you want me to help you?
Literally just like over. Do you want help?
Do you want help? Do you want some help?
Exactly.
You need some help.
I think you could use some help. Here's how I can help organize you. I think you should. Yeah. Any other ideas of things you hate in the adulting world? That would be a good horror room.
Socializing with strangers.
At a party by yourself.
Yeah, at a party by yourself. Going to a movie by yourself. Going to a restaurant by yourself. Doing anything in daily life by yourself.
Going to a movie by yourself is fun.
I mean, it can be. Like, if you get to go see Top Gun in a theater by yourself, that was amazing.
It's nice.
It's great.
Like, I don't know. I love going to movies like by myself. I think it's nice.
It's
then you can
horrifying
just,
to me.
You can just sit there and enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's peaceful.
Vegetables?
Sure.
Like I go to
making vegetables or just veggies at large?
Like, so this is very specific. And this has happened to me. And thankfully I was able to get out of it. But going to like, you're like super, super hungry.
Sure.
And you're like, oh my God, I'm ready for dinner. And like somebody suggests a fucking restaurant. You're like, yeah, let's go. Okay. And then you realize it's all vegan food.
Yeah.
That's horrifying.
Horrifying.
Not even vegetarian. No shame to like people that like vegan food. But like for me personally, that's a nightmare.
It's not how you want to spend the meal.
Yeah. I want food. Sustenance.
I'm
actually getting hungry now.
I know, exactly. Dude. I hate stacks of dirty dishes.
Oh.
Like I love it when it's done, but like looking at a huge stack of dirty dishes is just like I would just get, and that'd be a great one for a rage room. It'd be good to see a thing of like a big room full of dirty dishes, but then you get to like flip the script and you get to like
destroy them.
Just destroy it. That'd be satisfying.
That would be.
Yeah. Any other adulting ones before we close out?
I don't think so. I think those are all the scary ones.
Great. What's your favorite Halloween movie
of all time?
Do you have one? Yeah.
Independence Day.
Callback.
Yeah. Independence Day is the greatest Halloween movie ever.
Greatest.
Yeah.
Do you watch it? Are there any fall timey things that you watch even in general? Like, it doesn't have to be on Halloween or Halloween themed, but you just like enjoy it.
No.
Okay.
Nothing.
My controversial hot take is that like it's like well known that I love Harry Potter, but people see Harry Potter as a Christmas movie, but I actually most often watch Harry Potter around Halloween.
Do you watch Lord of the Rings during Christmas or Star Wars during Christmas? Or neither?
Usually it's just Christmas movies. Like for the sake of like actual like it's a Christmas.
You're not helping the big
movie.
IPs. You're helping the Hallmark Channel. It sounds like.
It sounds it exactly. Or the Netflix. Netflix has come through with the Christmas movies in recent years.
Because they bought No, they didn't. They didn't. Still.
But no. But I do. I like watching Harry Potter. And yeah. Fun fact. I don't associate Star Wars or Lord of the Rings with Christmas movies.
I do.
So watch a lot of Die Hard and all the things. That's the only one I can think of at the moment.
Die Hard.
Christmas movie.
Die Hard.
But no, I don't know, just because my brain was always like, I don't know, they're witches and wizards. Like, it's clearly.
You don't like Hocus Pocus or whatever the fuck it is?
I unfortunately don't. And they tried to make a new one. Did you ever see that one?
No. I haven't seen the original.
Don't even try it. Oh, well. You can try the original.
I don't even know what the original's about.
You don't?
No, I don't know. I've never watched Hocus Pocus. I've also never, that skeleton thing. Nightmare Before Christmas. I've never watched that either.
That's okay. Then that's Tim Burton. That's kind of a classic. No, okay. I'm going to give the worst pitch ever for Hocus Pocus, and it's not because I'm the biggest fan ever. So if people have issues with it, that's okay. No, these three witches need to. I don't know if it's kill, but I'm pretty sure it's kill. But they need to kill a virgin until they find a young boy, and that's the premise.
Why do they need to kill a virgin?
I think to come back to life or something.
So why is there a sequel? Or how's there a sequel?
You're right. They did, and I watched it, and I did watch it, and I remember the whole time I like bitched with my friends while we watched it because I was like, "This is the worst thing ever."
Is it the same actresses as the first one?
It is, which is cute. Like Bette Midler and Sarah Jessica Parker. It's fun.
Sarah Jessica Parker's in the first one?
Yeah. Oh, she plays a ditzy blonde.
Kind of interested.
Oh, SJP fan. But yeah.
Nice.
It's like the virginity thing in the first movie was like such a thing.
So I mean, do you watch any other fall movies? I guess just Harry Potter then.
There's enough Harry Potters that usually does fill the time. And then because I am, blonde, basic white girl sometimes, I also love Gilmore Girls.
Is Gilmore Girls like a fall thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Autumnal?
Interesting.
Yeah, 100% fall.
Trying to think of like I like watching like the Halloween episodes, like The Office or Parks and Rec.
Love those.
There you go. That's my Halloween thing.
That's a Halloween thing, 100%. Yeah. The Halloween ones of
Halloween episodes
The Office and Parks are great. And no.
Simpsons. The Simpsons Halloween episodes.
No, but also the heist. I love watching the heist of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, that's right.
Those are Halloween.
Good ones, yeah.
Those are good ones.
Yeah.
Not all of them are Halloween, but most of them.
That's good.
I've done that actually multiple times where I like watched the heist, just the heist. Honestly, I think actually Peacock did they did just a playlist of.
Did they now? Interesting.
Of Halloween.
Had no idea.
Of Halloween for The Office and Parks and Rec, and then all the heist episodes.
Wow,
I know.
amazing.
I wanted to let you know.
Who would have thought?
So, but anyway, those are fun. Do you have any like you don't listen like any like spooky music?
I mean, the music I generally listen to is pretty spooky, so
it just kind of fits.
You're just kind of year round,
even just perpetually spooky.
Spooky music,
cool.
Yeah,
that'll be one of your day lists coming up, which is just like
spooky Saturday. And I'm just like, motherfucker, this is my normal playlist.
They're like spooky Saturday for the emo kid who has grown up. You're like, yeah, that sounds right.
I haven't grown up.
That's it. You still dress up as characters.
Truly.
He hasn't for 2+ years.
There you go.
It's true. That's the Halloween thing.
Love it.
Do you feel more excited or less excited for the season of Halloween?
Well, I mean, I guess I could have said this at the top. Like, Halloween's always a weird one for me because it's around my birthday.
It's true.
So I don't really focus on Halloween. I focus on myself.
Wait, did you ever have a birthday, like a Halloween birthday, like combo?
As I've gotten older, people have tried to force that down my throat.
Dang.
Yeah, I hate that.
But you never did as a kid?
Never as a kid, no.
Never had a dress-up birthday party?
No. Never. No, not dang. Good.
I know.
Keep that shit separate from me. I don't be associated with fucking...
You're like, I can eat candy one day and get birthday presents a different day. It doesn't have to be the same day.
Yeah, it doesn't be the same shit. Fuck that.
Dang. What would have happened if
I know people are trying to save money. Fuck that shit.
What would have happened if you'd had like a 4th of July or Christmas birthday?
That would be the most American.
You would be the most annoying. You'd be the most annoyed kid about that. Because I know some friends who have like a New Year's birthday or whatever, and like They've like been but like you kind of have to get over it because it just is what it is. That people are going to celebrate the holiday and your birthday in one swing. But you'd be out there being like, you would kill people for it.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Yes.
That actually feels inappropriate that you have to share birthday in a sense somewhat with Halloween. He doesn't actually share birthday with Halloween, but your instinct being murder feels akin to Halloween, you know?
Yeah, it's
fair, it's like you're a spooky
I'm spooky. Kid.
Yeah. You're a Scorpio. Do you ever like think about that?
No, because I don't believe in that crap.
You don't at all?
No.
Dang. Anyway, that's been Halloween for you. I hope you have a great Halloween and a great birthday. And
thank you.
Yeah.
I hope you have a great Halloween.
Not my birthday.
Not
we
your
know
birthday.
this to be true. Yeah. I'm not a spooky person.
And for those listening, hopefully you enjoy your Halloween. Be safe. Don't open candy that looks like it's been tampered with. Say please and thank yous. Don't egg anyone's house. Don't put toilet paper in anyone's house. And,
did you ever do that?
No, I never did that.
Have you ever TP'd someone's house?
Never.
Wait, can we get into vandalism really quick?
Sure.
Okay, have you ever...
I'm trying to be like really nice to people and be like, be safe, be cordial. And you're like, let's talk about vandalism.
I'm trying to poison my brother with an excessive amount of candy. And
did you vandalize someone's house as a child?
Yes. Have you never TP'd someone's house or forked someo's house?
No, but I was accused in high school at my senior year. Okay. They accused me of forking the front lawn and they almost didn't let me walk because they thought I forked this massive fucking lawn.
Just you?
Just me. Super racist.
How did you prove them wrong? Super racist.
No, my mother called them and was like, what the fuck is wrong with you all?
He was at my house playing video games.
Yeah,
he was playing classic video games.
Yeah, he was playing Pong. Anyway. Classic video games. What the fuck is a classic video game?
You would know, Sega.
Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft.
I can imagine.
World of Warcraft
why
at the
do you
time.
think my son would explain Grand Theft Auto shooting up some hookers?
You think he was out socializing? He ain't doing anything by himself. He would never do that. Anyway,
so you TP'd someone's house?
Yes.
So you're a vandal?
Yes. And then in my senior year,
who's why? Did they deserve it?
It was fun. We did it because it was fun.
But like it wasn't fun for those people to clean up.
I know. Well, then I mean, to be honest or to be fair, I had my house TP'd. Like
by who?
My friends.
What did your parents think?
They were pissed.
At you or the kids or everybody?
Everybody, but the kids have to clean it up.
So you guys went and cleaned up the house? And like your friends came and cleaned?
I clean it up.
Oh.
Yeah.
So your friends fucked up your house and then you have to clean it up?
Totally.
And then next year you got revenge and TP'd their house?
Like when someone was out of town, like you would go, I don't know, have
during
fun.
Halloween or?
Shout out to the time when we didn't have cameras outside houses. I'm sure. Again,
shout out to the time when I guess people just didn't have guns. Because like Jesus, could you imagine this day and age?
Truly. But yeah, no, I mean, it was all kinds of fun stuff. Saran wrapped a car. You never did that?
No. Where'd you grow up?
You should live some more.
I don't want to live in a place where people fuck up my stuff. Are you kidding me? If a bunch of kids like saran wrap my car, I'd go ape shit. I'd like call the police. I'd call the police and be like, I want them all arrested. I want them charged. You would not be chill. I wouldn't be chill.
Don't find his house to do so.
Yeah, please.
Can't dox this.
Somebody could.
But anyway, I mean, now we can just end on the vandalism note. That Hannah's done way too many things and she's used her privilege too much. So
don't vandalize anyone's home.
Don't do it.
Say please and thank you.
Yeah.
And don't
say trick or treat. Be nice.
And make sure you brush your teeth after you eat the candy.
True. Shout out to dentists.
And also Reese's is the only candy. Fuck everything else.
It's so good.
It is.
Wait, what are your thoughts on Reese's Pieces? Sorry.
I love Reese's Pieces.
Gross.
You're gross.
Why ruin a good thing?
Because it's
Reese's peanut butter cups are so
M&M,
good. They're
it's like
so
M&M
good.
form of Reese's Pieces.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
With bad coating.
No, it's
at
great
least
coating.
M&M has good coating. Reese's Pieces is
it's
bad
the same coating.
But but it's weird with the peanut butter.
No, it's not.
It's strange.
It's so not.
You can have Reese's Pieces. I'll have Reese's peanut butter cups.
What the? Okay. What about Reese's wafers?
I don't know what that is.
It's like Kit Kat.
Like
Reese's.
a cookie?
No, it's like
not a cookie.
No, it's got like the wafer material inside of it.
I never had it. I'd be open to trying that.
That's really good.
All right, great.
Yeah, next time you're at a grocery store, just look over the candy aisle.
That's true.
Yeah, I always look. Don't know why.
I'm always invested.
Like,
I gotta at least
what's
check.
There? What's there? What's new? What crazy things have these kids come up with for us
100%.
People that shouldn't be eating candy bars.
Exactly. I want to try that one.
Try this.
New one. Done and done.
As always, you can find us on KYSO on TikTok. Wait, that was a mess. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. You can find us on TikTok at KYSO Podcast.
Yep.
On YouTube at KYSO Podcast. New pods every Saturday. Till then, brush your fucking teeth.